It's the morning of our arrival into Florida, and we're trying to check in using this stupid CBP Roam app. You can see we have to use special codes, we have to authenticate, it froze us out, we had to wait 10 minutes, we've logged in, we're beginning to set up my new profile on my crappy Walmart tablet because my phone doesn't work. So we're setting up the CBP Roam app with all the information, the boat information, all our passports, all that stuff. We're trying to set it up on my Walmart tablet on the CBP Roam app. And now we're trapped in an infinite loop where the app doesn't work properly. It says you have to give us access to your location. We give it access to the location, and then we go back and it says, no, you have to give us access to the location, and you cannot proceed until you give us access to your location. So then you press OK, and then you give access to the location, and then you go back and it says, no, you can't proceed till you give us access to your location. No, you can't proceed till you give us access to the location. Okay, I have access to my location. No, you can't. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. That's why it's insane, and that's why it's frustrating. It's not just that I'm bureaucratically retarded, which I admit to being. It's that their stupid app does not work properly. So we're trying to log in using the CBP Roam app, and when we go to log in, we're trying to set it up. It says update your location preferences. So we say okay. Then we go and we turn on location services. So we make sure that it's on, then we say, okay, now let's go back. And hold on, see apps access to location. CBP Roam app has access to my location, so it's good. So we go back and we say, okay, like CBP Roam now has access to our location. Let's keep going. And they say, sorry, you need to go update. And we say, okay. And we say, but you already have access to location. And then we say, okay, go back. And then it says, no, you have to update and give us access. And we say, okay, we did give you access. And it says, and now we're stuck in an infinite loop. Well, it seems that we were absolutely failing after 20 minutes to get the CBP Roam app to work on my Walmart tablet. The app can install, but it just doesn't seem to function there. So we really got stuck. Like the door to America is only through the CBP Roam app, but often the CBP Roam app doesn't work. So then what do? There's no other door. So I was thinking about it, and I realized my cell phone isn't actually dead. It just won't charge anymore, and it still had 40% battery power left. So I thought, okay, I was able to use that cell phone with all my information to log into America from Puerto Rico several months ago, and I still have some battery left on the phone. So we turned on the phone, and now we're successfully trying to use the CBP Roam app on my cell phone, and it's working. We got past that. Interestingly, it didn't even ask for us to access or turn on location services, breezed right past it, without even asking that question. And now we're entering Miss Daisy's information, and we'll see if we can continue reporting an arrival. The problem is you need to keep the device on so that they can video call you from that same device. I can't charge it, and there's only 40% battery power left. If they don't call for a few hours, there's no way for them to call on that phone. Well, what are you gonna do?
Right, here goes, back to you.
Okay. Well, I'm not kidding when I say that dealing with America is horrifying, bad, and extremely stressful. My cell phone that I can't charge anymore, I was able to turn it on. We were able to submit our entry request on the CBP Roam app on my phone, which is limited to running out of battery. And then we waited and waited and waited for them to call, which never came. Eventually I checked, and it said, you've been conditionally approved, referring, and report immediately to the nearest port of entry. Where's that? Like, we have no idea. What do? We have no idea. So the problem is, we're already here, and if they say, no, you've been denied, then what? Like, where are we supposed to go? So we don't really know what to do. They just said no. So we're in Cape Canaveral. There are cruise ships here. A lot of international passengers fly in to go to the cruise ships. So we're thinking, is Cape Canaveral an official port of entry? Like, are there any actual human being CBP officers somewheres in the vicinity? If yes, like, I guess we have to go find them and plead our case. Like, I don't know. And to be honest, this is the American government, which is not a bastion of logic, reason, and sanity. It's a bastion of crazy overuse of force and extreme reactions to stupid things. So we don't really know what to do next, but we're gonna have to try to find them and report to them. And then maybe we'll both end up in handcuffs and in jail and disappear for a while, or maybe they'll physically stick us on planes and deport us and seize the boat. Maybe they will... Maybe the Canadian boat and the Canadian captain are fine. Maybe it's just Daisy's British passport that pisses them off. So maybe Daisy will just suddenly get arrested or deported, or maybe they'll order the boat out to sea. We are really far from anywhere, so we just couldn't go anywhere. We don't know how they're going to react or respond. I've had a similar issue with my German crew years ago in Puerto Rico. There was that I-95 thing, so maybe when we report to an officer, they just need to do an I-95 form for Daisy, and for some reason they need us there in person to do it. And maybe by the end of the day, we'll get a really nice officer who'll say, no problem, girls, like, thank you for showing up here. We're just going to do a bunch of blah, 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 and now you're okay again. Which I had happen in the past. After the officers finished intimidating us to tears and threatening to arrest us. So, is America about to bring the big scary stick to smack these two hippie girls down? And I probably won't be able to film it for you. But we both have knots in our stomach, and this day hopefully ends well, and hopefully doesn't end badly. We don't know. Okay guys, I know this is proper dodgy, but we are dressed up and we're gonna go try to find the CBP office and log in. This may or may not go well, and I won't be able to bring the camera with me, but fingers crossed this doesn't become a mess. I'm so nervous. Daisy's over there right now talking to the CBP officers. They denied us entry into America and we don't know what to do. So we found the number for the local office, and Daisy's over there calling and talking to them, because we all know that if I do the talking, I'm not necessarily going to stay calm, centered, and polite. She's much more diplomatic than I am, but our fate is in her hands at the moment, and I have no idea how it's going.
So, yeah, basically I just spoke to them. I got transferred about 1 million times, probably to about 12 different people. No one seemed to know what was going on at all. I kind of said my filter, said we're a sailing vessel, we've just come in. We tried to check in on the CBP Rome app. It told us to report to our nearest port of entry. The port of entry is closed, what should we do? Yeah, no one knew, so I was transferred, and then finally, after maybe 30 minutes, I got on the phone to some guy and he just said, oh, don't worry, just show up at the nearest port of entry on Tuesday when it's open. So that's it, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay guys, it's the next morning now. It's Tuesday morning and the CBP office is open, so the two girls have gotten dressed. We're gonna go for the long walk up the road. It's about 2 kilometers to reach the office in the hot Florida sun. So we're all dressed up in our polite and nice and cleanest clothes, but also sun clothes. We're gonna go for a long walk and see how our fate gets sealed. Okay, it's Tuesday morning and this is the CBP office behind us. We're gonna go in and see what they have to say. We're gonna try to report into America and see if we can check in. Hopefully this all goes well, but it's up to them. There's nothing we can say or do to change it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm a nervous wreck.
So I've agreed to do the talking for Lexi because we all know that, you know, if she gets a little bit frustrated with the government, then it's not going to go so well. So me being a lovely, polite British person, I'm going to do all the talking and hopefully they let us stay.
Well, the exciting news is Wild Child's now checked into America. When I was in Puerto Rico a few months ago talking to Officer Ramirez from the CBP, he argued with me and swore up and down and sideways that America no longer does cruising permit licenses, that all I need is a PBRS number. Trust him, he knows what he's talking about. I'm completely wrong. Well, guess what? Arrive in Port Canaveral, they don't even know what a PBRS number is, and they say, of course you need a cruising license permit number. So the exciting news is Wild Child now has a U.S. Coastal Cruising Permit number. Wild Child is good in the country. Captain Lexi's good in the country. So I can continue my voyage north going home. The good news is my crew, Miss Daisy, was allowed into the country and there's no fines and nobody's in handcuffs, so that's fantastic. Bad news is she's only allowed to stay until the 14th of June. There's a tropical storm coming this weekend that's going to hit the entire coast. We wouldn't even be able to leave the marina where we are until probably the 10th, and she'd have to be flying out within 4 days. I'm going to be losing my crew, Miss Daisy, even though she agreed to stay and help me. The universe is pushing me into overnight solo sailing offshore, and there's nothing I can do to prevent it. I am so scared. I'm going to be forced into overnight solo sailing, and I'm trying so hard not to, but we are caught by a technicality in American rules. Remember I said in the blog that the universe is pushing me to solo sailing in the Atlantic Ocean, and I really don't want to? That's exactly what's about to happen. My crew, Miss Daisy, was willing to stay with me for a while longer, but America won't let her stay in past the 14th. There's nasty weather coming around the 10th. That just wouldn't be enough time for her to help me, like in any useful way, and it would put us in a bad place for her to catch a flight out. Miss Daisy has to go, and I just have to face what I have to face alone. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just fate, destiny, or the inevitability. My spirit guides want me to face the Atlantic Ocean by myself again, and overnighters, and that's pretty much exactly what's going to happen.